Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Jeff. Welcome to the Weiss Life.
And today's video is going to be a sit-down video. Jeff and I wanted to just kind of sit down and chat with you guys for a few minutes about some stuff that's going on, and we get questions like all the time on our social media, you know, Twitter, Instagram, etc. So we thought it would be good to sit down and just kind of give you guys the scoop about what's going on.
Some A's to your Q's. Right? I think that's an abbreviation, I think. You can look it up. Google it. You Googleize it.
What's that from? Why do I know that?
That is from Zoolander.
Oh.
You didn't think I could do a you googly?
That's a great movie.
Freak gasoline fight accident. That's what she said. Bam.
Before we get started, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit that little bell notification because YouTube's weird and wants you to hit the bell notification, I guess.
Yeah.
And thumbs up this video if you like our content.
And it really helps us. It's a really cool way to kind of support us.
It does. It helps the algorithm because like our comments like on some of our videos like get turned off from YouTube, and then we don't get that engagement. So if you guys like the videos for us, like it really, really helps. Yeah. So we really wanted to give you guys kind of like an update about what's going on. First of all, I just wanted to say I hope everybody is staying at home and staying safe, and we hope everybody is doing well. I mean, it's kind of some craziness happening in the world right now.
I hope you're staying safe. That's kind of the big thing, because not everybody can stay home. So just kind of staying safe. I think distancing is the big thing. And then I could appreciate like people don't want to wear masks. It makes you feel like kind of claustrophobic, but it's to protect other people and yourself. So it's not just about only protecting yourself, because you could potentially have it and spread it even though you don't have any symptoms. But
it's crazy. This is crazy times, and that's actually one of the reasons why we wanted to make this video. I don't think we've actually talked about this before publicly. Last year, Jeff and I, we were traveling, where were we?
We were somewhere.
In London?
I think we were in London.
We were in London, and we were talking about the possibility of having another baby, and we decided that we thought that we did want to have another baby, and we were thinking about when would that happen? What would that look like? And we had initially talked about right now. And this is like... This is like last year. No, what I mean like May, April, May, June, like this time. This is when we talked about getting pregnant, and like that timing just seemed to like work out really well. Stop, are you doing eyebrows?
No. I'm not?
This is serious business. So yeah. If you guys have watched our vlogs for the last couple months, you know that I want to say in the last 6 months, I think I've taken like 2 pregnancy tests because I have had late periods, and I didn't know it was like I legitimately could be pregnant. I don't know.
That's just like your body thing though.
I know, we weren't like we weren't like trying to get pregnant or anything, but you just never know. So those tests were both negative. But so now we're kind of in a weird position because like everything we're on with like coronavirus and like quarantine and our healthcare system and everything, I feel like it's a really, really scary time for a lot of people who are pregnant right now or trying to get pregnant. I feel like really, really bad for the people. I heard that like people that were doing IVF like for infertility had to like stop mid process of doing that. Like a lot of like it's like really devastating because like that's a big deal like if you commit to doing that. So I just know that like with everything going on, it's like really difficult right now. And so while this is the time that like we had initially talked about this possibly happening, like now we're just kind of like unsure as to if that's something that we want to do given like the current climate.
And there's been a lot of jokes kind of about like there's gonna be 1 million December babies because everybody's like stay at home and trapped alone together, you know, kind of quarantine style. But yeah, it's not, we already are well into our mom and dad years. I don't know.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I'm getting too old.
We've been momming and dadding for a while.
Yeah.
We're not
so
old. I mean, I'm
like,
33.
Like family planning is like, we're kind of late for that, but we're finally starting to kind of do it a little bit. And like, hey, do we want to have one? Or like, ta-da, we have another one.
I think he's just basically admitted to like half of our kids being like, surprise. So yeah, so I mean, I guess like the good news is that we did decide that like we do think that we want to have another baby, but the bad news is that the time, it's like really bad. So like I don't know if we should be like actively trying to get pregnant right now, at all.
Sorry.
You can't take, he is like so.
We can actively practice trying. Shut up. Back to you, Vern. Like,
oh my god.
So it's kind of like, you know, people always say to me too, like, oh, you have all girls, you still trying for a boy? Like, no. I love my kid. So like, if we have another kid, I love it.
What if we had twin girls?
But like, if we have another kid, it's great. But if we kind of like thinking, oh, like I'm already stretched pretty thin.
Well, the thing is too, also we're not. I don't think we're old, like at all. Like I said, again, I'm 33. I could have kids for another 10 years.
And I'm only 14.
This is a serious video.
Dawn 41.
But the thing is also like, I don't want to wait. Like, we don't have a lot of time. I mean, I could like potentially have kids for the next 10 years, but that doesn't mean that like it's ideally healthy or that like we want to do that. Like,
like 5 more kids. What do you mean kids for the next 10 years?
No, like, I mean, there's women, like your mom had your brother at like 43, didn't she? I just mean like, biologically.
She's 69 and he is 28, so 41.
So, I mean, like, it's possible. Like, I could, but I don't want to. So, like, we do kind of like have this race against the clock situation, because if we did want to have one more, we are kind of cutting it close. So people ask us all the time too, like, you know, do you want to have another kid? Is the only reason because you have girls? And like Jeff said, you know, the answer to that's no. If we did have another one, which, you know, we're saying that we do, I think it's really cool that we have girls. Like, if there was another girl, that would be really cool. I mean, I actually think I'd be a little bit afraid if it was a boy, because I don't know how to do that. Like, at all.
Yeah.
I just don't know. So I would actually love some feedback from you guys. If you have, you know, boys and girls, go over to my Instagram or on Twitter and let me know, like, how is it? Is it really that different? Am I crazy for thinking that I would be afraid? Like,
I think all kids are different though. Maybe, you know, I think definitely boys are wired differently, but yeah, maybe I should go to that doctor that spins it and sees like if I have boys and girls, or maybe they'll just be like,
tests.
Jeff's just like a girl maker.
I mean, I think we've already determined that you're the girl maker. Anyway, so the announcement is that we definitely want to have another baby.
Potentially. 60% of the time, we want to have one 100% of the time.
But how we ultimately get there, like with, I mean, the timing of everything. And like I said, I'm really afraid right now with this stuff going on and like getting to the doctor and everything. I actually heard that women that were going into labor, some of them were having to labor by themselves. Like, they weren't even allowed to have their husbands in, depending on like what hospital and what area you were.
That sounds better for me.
Yeah, like you would ever want to miss the birth of one of your babies.
No, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want to do that.
I caught a couple of them, the rest of them. No, but I did catch a couple of them.
The doctor let him help deliver a couple, which is like, that was probably a very important moment for you.
Yeah.
You felt like, this is legit. I'm kind of like, this is the closest I'll ever get to being a doctor. Is that it? We're goofy. If you guys are new and for some reason this video was suggested to you and you're watching this right now, we're weird. Sorry. This is kind of how we are. So yeah, is there, what else do we have any other questions or anything, like things that we want to talk about, like regarding this subject?
No,
like,
but you'll know when we know. We don't really hold out that kind of information. Like if she gets tests done and stuff. Like,
I know I'm like taking pregnancy tests and vlogs and stuff like randomly. So if you guys want to see what happens and you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed.
I mean, you're not going to see what happens. We'll tell you.
Well.
Oh man!
Oh my God! Where's this video going?
Today?
This is gonna be demonetized. I don't know what's happening.
I guess the weekend afternoon we should probably have a cocktail.
Oh my God! So yeah. So that's the news. That's the update. Hopefully this coronavirus quarantine thing passes soon, and we're all able to get back to normal lives, and this isn't a concern anymore. I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed that now we kind of like have to put plans on hold because of this. I mean, it sucks. And especially when you have like time working against you, in the sense that, what if I'm 35, what do they consider a geriatric pregnancy?
Yeah.
That's what they call it. That's terrible. Whoever invented that term, it was definitely a man, by the way. That's totally
Go
wrong.
put that on my shoulders.
35 geriatric. I'd like to avoid that.
Probably has to do with risk factors. It's scientific. It's a scientific
Yeah, but it was a jerk who came up with that name. It could have been named something. He could have called it something else.
You're in your tender years. No, geriatric anyway, sounds right.
So I'm trying to avoid that. I really would like to, if we do it, have a baby the next year or so. I don't really want to go any further past that just because I know.
So the next 2 months?
And the next year
we gotta go.
No, I mean, like, no, I'm saying the next 2 months isn't good. This is not supposed to be a comedy, but this is very serious.
But you said we're gonna have a baby in the next year. Doesn't it, like, bake for 10 months?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's, like, so disappointing that, like, now it's, like, instead of, like...
Who'd want to be born in 2020 anyway? Look at this year. You got Carol Baskin. No, she's... Yeah, the pandemic. Okay.
Well, there was Australian fires.
Anyway. Oh, hornets.
Murder. Yeah, there's like this is like what level of the Hunger
UFOs
Games are we at right now?
There's UFOs. That's real, apparently.
Yeah.
Nobody batted an eye.
Pentagon said that's a real thing. So I don't know. It is a weird year.
But that's it for now.
That's it. If you guys are married or not married or whatever, you're trying for a baby to let me know what your plans are. If you're holding off because of this, if you think it's crazy that we're thinking that it's smart to hold off. I'm just concerned about, like, right now we're avoiding everything. Dentists, doctors, anything that's
I'm not even brushing my teeth.
Anything that's not essential. And so it just worries me because...
I'll delete that.
I don't know. I'm always paranoid when I'm pregnant. We had a miscarriage when it was in between Gretchen and Gemma. And that was really terrifying. And so after that experience, I just feel like I would want to be able to, like, get into the doctor really quickly and get an ultrasound, or if I had to go to the ER for something like that when that happened, that I wouldn't be worried about getting sick, or I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of fear and, like, worry about that kind of stuff. So that's, I don't know. So I think we're gonna have to circle back to this in a couple months.
So stay tuned.
See where things are. So yeah, stay tuned. If you want to see what happens, subscribe. Like I said, we'll update you guys.
We do a lot of fun stuff too, not just like sit here and talk. We
actually very rarely sit here and talk.
Yeah, but she talks all the time in the videos, and not in the videos.
I do. I'm a talker. So anyway, guys, this is really rambly and long and weird. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess we'll see you next time.
Bye.
That was not supposed to be a comedy sketch. Ugh.